The 3rd of April, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora. Wants to take the money. He's got to swear.
In the case, no, first of all, that's Shitas Rabbanan, Motzi Mechaber Olav Araya. Here we're talking about Shitas Sumchus. There's Machlokes, Sumchus, and Rabbanan in the Gemara over there in Bava Kama with the shore that gored the para, and they found the Uber on the side, lifeless. Afterwards, but we don't know whether that was as a result of the goring or whether it was happened before. We have no idea. Could have been like that. Could have been like that. Nobody was there. Nobody knows. So that case is called the case of Drora de Mamona, which Rashi explained over there. What's Drora de Mamona? Drora de Mamona means that if the Bezdin is gonna say, let's split it down the middle as far as the Uber goes, they'll share the value of the Uber together. They'll pay for half of it. So that by definition is going to cause an out-of-pocket loss to somebody. We don't know who, because we don't know whether it miscarried or whether it was came out because it was gored. The mother was gored. We don't know, but we know that that one of the two guys is losing out if we're going to do like that. so in that case we say, yeah, that's the way it'll be, and they don't have to make a shua. What's it got to do with making a shua? What's it have anything at all to whatever to do with make a shua? Whereas in the case over here of our Gemora, they both say that they picked it up, and it belongs to them. There we say, we're not going to give them anything unless they make a shua. Frankly, I have no idea what the Gemara is talking about. What Drora de Mamona has to do with explaining Sumchus or why he holds like the Mishnah. I have no idea. Maybe Art Scroll has a note from one of the commentators how to explain it. But on the face of it, in my humble opinion, it doesn't really have any simple understanding. Not simply understood. I'm a simple thinker, so I don't understand.
Can you point out exactly where we are, please? Because I don't know. I haven't found it. Where are we?
Drora de Mamona is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. It's just 3 lines from the bottom of the Amud base.
Yeah, I have some footnotes if you'd like me to read them.
Okay, if they're talking about Drora de Mamona, I'll hear it.
Okay, this is on page 2B3. It's footnote 26 and 27.
Okay.
This is how Rashi understands the term Drora de Mamona. In the case of a gored cow whose dead fetus is found alongside her, awarding the money for the fetus to either litigant runs the risk of causing the other litigant a loss. For if we make the ox's owner pay for the fetus, and the cow in fact aborted spontaneously, then we will have caused the ox's owner an unwarranted loss. On the other hand, if we absolve the ox's owner from payment for the fetus, and the ox in fact caused the fetus's death, then we will have caused the cow's owner an unwarranted loss, according to Rashi. Consequently, no oath is needed in order to justify the compromise award of division, since such compromise is inherently indicated as the only logical way to reduce the degree of loss. In the case
they're just trying to explain something over there, yeah.
In the case of our Mishnah, neither litigant stands to suffer a true monetary loss. since the found cloak was a windfall to the finder. Similarly, in the case of a bought cloak, which is also the subject of our mission, as the Gemora above explained, neither litigant stands to suffer a true monetary loss. For if one is awarded the cloak, the seller refunds the other's money. Rather, since there was no true loss involved, we are not compelled to minimize the degree of loss. Therefore, the compromise of division is not inherently indicated. In this case, Simchus agrees that we do not divide the disputed article unless each litigant swears to the truth of his claim, thereby bolstering the claim sufficiently to call for division.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that helped or not, but seems to cover exactly what you just were talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, they're trying to
No,
absolutely what they were explaining over there.
you're breaking up.
Your voice was really bad for the last 10 seconds. Can you repeat what you said, please?
Yeah, I didn't. You want, maybe if you read it again, it'll be more understandable. It wasn't apparently understandable at the first time why what's the reasoning behind what they're saying.
Okay, let me read not only the footnote, but let me read the text that the footnote is on. That'll put it in context, because I read you 3 different footnotes, and it sounded like I was reading one paragraph, but it wasn't.
Oh.
So when did Simchas say his rule that no oath is required? Only
Right.
where there is a true loss of money involved, such as in the case of the gored cow.
Right.
Because that's the text. Now the footnote after the word cow. This is how Rashi understands the term derara b'mamuna. And in the case of the gored cow whose dead fetus is found alongside her, awarding the money for the fetus to either litigant runs the risk of causing the other litigant a loss. For if we make the ox's owner pay for the fetus, and the cow in fact aborted spontaneously, then we will have caused the ox's owner an unwarranted loss.
Right. That's clear. I got that.
On the other hand, if we absolve the ox's owner from payment for the fetus, and his ox in fact caused the death of the fetus, then we will have caused the cow's owner an unwarranted loss. Okay, so the
But
owner.
why is that a reason? Yeah. Why is that a reason that they should not make a shvur? That I don't get.
Consequently, no oath is needed in order to justify the compromise award of division, since such a compromise is inherently indicated as the only logical way to reduce the degree of loss.
Oh, 1 second. You just said something over there. The last line. Read the last line again, please. I think we got something.
Consequently, no oath
Yeah.
is needed in order to justify the compromise award of division, since such compromise is inherently indicated as the only logical way to reduce the degree of loss.
Okay. 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 So now I got what they're saying. Okay. Okay.
You want me to read the next footnote? Or are we good?
That would be even, in other words, even in a case where they would be there. Well, no, maybe not. Maybe we wouldn't go that far to say that. But that's really what we're saying, because we just got through saying that Sumchus says even Chokin without a shvua, even when the both of them were there and they saw what happened, even on the Tainas Bori, Sumchus is saying it. So here we're saying that even if they would be Bori, and one definitely knows what happened, and the other one thinks he knows what happened, and they're both willing to swear to it. We're not gonna take the oath in hopes that somebody's gonna back down, according to Sumchus, because the point is that this is the best way to minimize the loss, and in order to minimize the loss, you don't need them to make a shvua.
Right.
We don't. I mean, you know, and if we know that both of them are going to make a shvua if they both saw it. And obviously, one of them was mistaken. But like this, at least we're what's over here. The one who's supposed to get the whole value of there's two people over here. One is supposed to get the whole value of the fetus, and the other one is supposed to not get the value of the fetus, depending on whether it was gored, it came out before the goring or not. And like this, we're just splitting the loss to the potential loss to either party down the middle. And in order to accomplish that, there's no need for a shvua. That's the point. We can accomplish. We don't need them to give a shvua in order for us to do it like this. And even if they would make a shvua, we still don't know who's the one really who is entitled to the money. Maybe the one that's we're not going to do anything different. Even if they would both make a shvua, we'll still split down the middle, because we're not gonna believe this guy's shvua as opposed to that guy's shvua. Whereas in the case of our Mishnah, there is no out-of-pocket loss, because the talis doesn't belong to anybody necessarily. I mean, it's conceivable that they both picked it up together. It's inconceivable in the case of the Uber that the what are you going to say? The goring took place exactly at the time that the mother miscarried. So still, what caused the animal to come out? If it came out because there was miscarried, and so that's what happened. If the goring happened at the same time, so what? But we don't need the goring. The goring didn't cause it. The mother miscarried. We'll never know. We're not. And okay. Anyway, there's you can see here. There's a lot of analysis over here.
Yeah, you can go round and around in a circle.
But I think that's the point. The point is that I think that's a very important point, that even if we would have them make a shvua, we wouldn't be able to minimize the loss any more than what we're doing right now, because that is the point. That is the point. Yes, sirree. That's the point. Okay. And so very good. That's very creative thinking over there on the part of Art School. Do they attribute any commentator to that thought that they have, or they just came with that on their own?
They quote Rashi and Tosafos and Ramban.
Oh, okay. All right. Very good. Okay. Okay, so So now we're up to, now the Gemara is going to question this now as well. Lav kal v'chomer hu. That's where we're up to in the Gemara. Lav kal v'chomer hu. This is the last two lines of the page. Roy, would you like to read?
I might have to stop, but we'll see.
Oh, so you
But
you can pass the baton if it's too much for you to read. We don't want to cause you to have to be taken away from the shir when you could still participate in the shir without having have the trouble of reading.
And I'll still try. The migraine's just about gone.
Oh, Baruch Hashem.
Leo Kal Vahoma, but is it not rather demonstrable by means of a Kal Vahoma that Sumkas does not require an oath in the case of our Mishnah? Some the Ika the Rada or no the man the Ika the Rada no Lama. Now, there in the case of a gored cow, there is a loss of money for this one and a loss of money for that one. That is, regardless of which one is the true owner, he is losing money by the court-imposed division of the amount in dispute. All right. Do I go on, or do you want to look at that?
Yeah, let's see. Is there a Rashi over here? No, not. It doesn't seem to be a Rashi. Is it? Oh yeah. Ma Hassan. The last Rashi on the page. Ma Hassan. Wants to read the Rashi?
Ma Hassan there. The Ika drama, there is a loss of money. Eza Mehen Shema, which of these Shemafsid that loses half his half, Kedin Ata Machsaron, you will be lacking money. Mamon. Because he's losing the half no matter what.
Eza mehen shemafsid hachetzi shelo kedin ata mechasru mamon. So the Gemara is saying it's very nice, but is that a good solution to the matter? We may as well rule like this because it's not so bad. The person who even though somebody's going to definitely lose out half of what they're entitled to, but nishkeferlach. Gemara says, what kind of a thing is that? You can't do that. Oh, 1 second. Did we read the whole thing? Sorry. Oh, this was a whole long thing over here. In other words, even though you're taking I think that's the point of the Gemara. Even though you're taking the you're minimizing the loss. That's what we said before. You're minimizing the loss to both parties, but still, we know by definition, we know, says the Gemora, that this halukah that we're making is not true. Really, it really, we know that it belongs to one of them and not the other. We know that we know one of two things: either the owner of the cow is entitled to the whole value for the fetus because the owner of the shore's animal gored and caused the fetus to be born stillborn or whatever, or he's not entitled to anything, and it would be shaloka din that the owner of the shore should have to pay even 1 penny for it because the animal already, the mother already gave birth to it, and it was stillborn even before the goring. So to split it down the middle is by definition causing a party to lose half of the value of the fetus shaloka din, not according to the proper truth of the din, and that's not good. And it's real, and really, when you think about it, in the case of the talus, it's not so. It could be that they both.
You're breaking up. You're breaking up, Rabbi Levitt.
Both.
You're breaking up.
Right, he can't hear you when he's breaking up. You gotta wait till he comes back and then tell him.
You were breaking up.
Breaking up again.
Yeah, I couldn't get hold of you before because when you're breaking up, we can't tell you. So go back a thought or two.
Okay. Okay, so look what the Gemara says over here. Lav kol b'chomer hu. Is it not a kal b'chomer? Mahasam over there in the case of the shore and the para and the uber, the ikadror and mamon and lamar, the ikadror and mamon and lamar. Each one, is in danger of having a loss of money over here. The truth of the matter is, each one of them is gonna have a loss, because it can't be that they're gonna split it down the middle. Each one of them is gonna have some money shaloka din. Because in the case of the, like we just got through saying, the case, can you hear me now?
Yes.
In the case of if you think about it for a second, in the case of the shore that gores the para, it could be there's only two possibilities of what could happen. Either the owner of the shore has got to pay 100% for it, and therefore the owner of the para is entitled to be reimbursed for the loss of his fetus because the shore gored and caused the stillborn, or that the mother simply miscarried, not related whatsoever to the goring. It happened before the shore gored her, and accordingly, it would be not according to the proper din for the owner of the shore to have to pay 1 cent for the animal, for the fetus, because his animal didn't cause anything. So what does that mean? If we're going to split it down the middle and say, okay, pay him half. So that cannot be a truthful disposition of the case. It can't be that he only owes him half. Either he owes him the whole thing, in which case you're causing a loss to the owner of the para, or he doesn't owe him anything, in which case, if you tell him to pay half, you're causing him a loss of half of the fetus that he's not required to pay nothing of it. So it can't, the din that you're saying cannot be true. It can't be true. Right? So in that case, Sumcha says, Amar Sumchas, Maman Amut B'Safek, Chokin Below Shvua. In that case, where it can't be a truthful din, Sumcha says, Maman Amut B'Safek, don't make a shvua on it. Just give it out and don't make a shvua. Don't require them to make a shvua. So in our case, when we turn to our case with the talus, they both claim they picked it up. In that case, says the Gemora, Hacha, the leket drawer to mamona. In the case of the talus, it could be that when we say divide it, we're not causing anybody a loss over there of anything. Because it's entirely possible that they both picked it up at the same time, and both of them are entitled to take a half of the talus. They're really partners in one talus. So okay, so we'll split it up, and then each one will get his portion of his ownership of the talus. So in that case, where it's possible that the disposition of the case that we're saying is possible to be true, so wouldn't that be all the more so that we would not require them to make a shvua? That's the lo kol shekain, according to Sumchus. If Sumchus says that in a case where it's clear that it can't be true, the din that we're saying, we're just minimizing the damage, but it can't be true, the din that we're poskening, somebody's losing, but they're just not losing as much as they might have lost. And there he says, oh, there's no reason to make a shvu over here, because this is the best disposition. But in the case of our Mishnah, it could be in fact true, exactly 100% true with the disposition that we're making of dividing it. All the more so, Sumchus would say, well, so then you don't require them to make a shvu in such a case. In other words, what's the bottom line, what the Gemora is saying? This explanation that we just got through saying, we don't accept it. Okay. And now we've got Rashi. Lou, you want to do the Rashi?
What's in your Moscow?
It's on the top of Gimel, so we have to make a round of applause for Beis Amid Beis. Hooray!
The Ika Damar Kule Damar. There is to say that everybody is like Mar. Ode al Kirachain. Oh, my glasses here for Kule Damar. Oh, Kule Damar Afilu Hachi. Cholkin below Shavua. So furthermore, we're forced to say either all of them are like Mar, or all of them are like Mar. Even here, They divide without a shvua.
Okay, so Rashi says, "Od al korchach, o kula demar, o kula demar." Rashi says, furthermore, think about it. This case, this disposition that the Bezdin is saying, let's split it down the middle, cannot be true. Either we don't know, but we know one thing, that either he doesn't need to pay it all, or he needs to pay the whole amount. So having him pay half of the amount is definitely wrong. Even though the case, even though the disposition of the case is definitely wrong, we say, yeah, divide it, and they don't need to make a shvua, right? This is the best that we could do. Well, so if that's so, oh, now you got to read the next Rashi. Haka the leka draw the mamona.
Eka lamar, kula lamar. All of it to this one. Va'od, we're not up to the heckler. Va'od al kochi, forced to say, all of it, demar, or kulia lamar. It goes to either one of the two. If you go achi here, if you ever here, holchin below shvua, you got it up without a shvu, without a shvua. Hacha delecha, hecha delomim derachim. Here that there's no loss of money, va'od, and furthermore. The Ekom Maimer is to say the tribu, both of them, Bahadi, Hadar, Agbo, that there is to collect from it.
How can the leka draw the mamono, but ode the ikala mema the travaya bahadi adodi agbuhu? That's what we said. There's no definite loss of money over here to either one of them in this case, because it could be that they picked up at the same time and they're entitled, each of them, to half, and that's what we're giving them. So it could be that the din that we're saying is 100% emes. Well, kol shekain, is it not all the more so that we should say, says Rashi, the chokin below shvua? All the more so we should say, according to Sumchus, let's divide it without a shvua. If in the case where it can't be true what we're saying, we say make a shvua, so why would, all the more so we would say in a case where it could be absolutely true what we're paskening for the case, that we don't need to make a shvua. So the whole idea of Drodo Mona being a reason why you would not make a shvua, it is rejected over here by the Gemora. Okay. Now let's go further. Says the Gemora, another attempt at answering. Afilo tema sumchus. Gemora doesn't give up. Alan.
I just got back in. Took a long time.
Hey, great.
So where are we now? We're doing Baba Kama?
We're in Baba Kama, yes. No, we're not in Baba Kama. We're in Baba Metzia.
Baba Metzia? Okay.
You have a Baba Metzia?
I'm checking. I think I do.
From the beginning.
I got it, yes.
Starting from the beginning. Somebody want to tell Alan where we're holding?
UB2?
3A1.
What was that, Marie?
3A1.
Okay.
But whereabouts? Whereabouts?
We're up to Afilu Tema Sumchis.
I think at the top of the page.
1, 2, 3, It's the last word on the fourth line from the top.
1, 2, 3, 4. Afilu. The Gemara replies. That's the second paragraph. Alan,
Yeah,
the Gemara replies. Afilu tima sumchos. Can you see that? There's a gap
which line? You're doing about the English or Hebrew?
in the English.
All right, English, 3A1,
3A1,
right,
right? And the left-hand side,
Excuse me.
and the second paragraph, the Gemara replies. Have you got that?
have the Gemara counters and Gemara rejects.
Gemara what?
I have the back, the end of 3A1. What kind of argument is this? It's the last paragraph.
No. The other column, left-hand column.
Okay. Gemara now considers.
No, the paragraph above that.
Okay.
Try that one.
Gemara replies.
Right,
Okay.
that's the one.
So you want me to read?
We haven't started that yet. We're still
Okay.
commenting on the paragraph before that, I think. We may be starting that one in a moment. Afilu. Are we starting that one now, Rabbi Levitt?
Yeah, Philu, that's what we're up to.
Okay. There you are. Where's that one?
It's actually time now, so we do have to.
Okay.
Oh, all right. So that's what we're up to. Afilu.
All the best, everybody.
All right, you
Yo.
just got in time, Alan, to go out again. Sorry about that.
Okay.
That's technology for you.
That's right.
You got is that because of the Shipputzim?
No, but he got a big mitzvah for trying.
Okay, take care.
All the best.
All right. Will we set up for today in the afternoon?
Yeah, 4 o'clock, Alan.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I got the internet back. It was out for quite a while. Okay, 4 o'clock. See you then.
Okay, thank you, Rabbi.
Okay.
Well
thank
done.
you.
Bye, Lou.